Audience retention is one of the crucial factors to success on YouTube. Audience retention is, in the simplest explanation, the average people watch your video for. The goal is to ensure that you try to aim for the highest AVP, which stands for audience viewer percentage, on your video as possible. To see what your AVP is, go to a specific YouTube video of yours and click on it. Then go to the analytics section, scroll down where you can go ahead and see audience retention. The percentage displayed there is going to be your AVP. Based on my experience, the goal is to try and keep this above 40% audience retention. But there's a few exclusions to this. Now, all of those exclusions will be broken down in the other section of this course called YouTube Studio Breakdown, so you can go ahead and watch that to get more information about retention and how to actually study it. In this video, however, I'll be focusing on teaching you guys certain tips and best practices to help you to go ahead and get higher audience retention. Tip number one, keep low initial drop off small. A low initial drop off is where when people click on your video to watch it, and they click off within about 20 seconds. You can usually see this in your audience retention graph and notice a massive dip in the beginning of the graph. This is the first few seconds of the video. The goal is to ensure that the initial drop off is a small drop and not a big one. Now, I'll go ahead and show you screenshots, but pretty much the screenshot I'm showing you now is a good audience retention graph. This is what you want to see. It's a low initial drop off and not a big one. This next screenshot is a bad initial drop off. You can tell people clicked on the video, but they quickly were not interested or entertained throughout the video, especially the very beginning. So how do you lower the chance of initial drop off? One of my tips is to reiterate what the title and topic of the video is about the moment people click on the video. If the video is about how to dribble a basketball, you'll immediately in the very beginning of the video say, "What's up guys, in today's video I'll be teaching you some best practices on how to dribble a basketball." Then the goal is to, right after you say that, go ahead and hop into the video teaching them how to do so. The goal is to go ahead and create some type of hook like that. So in your situation, since you may be in a completely different niche, the goal will be to hook the viewer in within 30 seconds and entice them to continue to watch the video. Sometimes when you see a big dip like that in your audience retention graph, that just means you didn't hook the viewer in enough. Tip number two, put best moments first. I usually recommend putting the best moments of the video in the very beginning of the video, as you really don't want people to click off the video at any given moment. And so if you put the best moments first, people will actually keep watching the video throughout. Typically, I've seen viewers, if they end up watching 3 minutes of your content, they usually actually end up watching the rest of the content, assuming it's not a super long video like over 20 minutes. So try to constantly feed your viewers with amazing pieces of storyline to keep them hooked and addicted to the video. Tip number three, no dull moments. Many people make a mistake where they have too many dull moments in the video, and there's just maybe too much rambling you did in the video, going on a rant people just most likely don't care about. Or there were just too many pauses or quiet moments that just killed the vibe of the video entirely. The goal is to cut those moments out. If you didn't notice about these course videos, unlike most course videos, I actually cut out all the pauses and breaks that I have between sentences, because I don't want a single bit of quiet moments. I don't want you guys to get bored at any given moment. I want there to constantly be something that keeps you guys engaged with the video and energy high. Your goal when creating video content should be the exact same thing. Any dull moments, cut it out of the video. I usually like to revise my videos right when I'm done working on them, and I'll cut out any of the fluff or moments that just made the video too boring. Tip number four, stay on topic. Many people click on your video because they wanted to watch what was advertised to them in the title and thumbnail. And so if you end up getting into a long rant or doing something that just doesn't really help feed into or off of the main topic of the video, viewers will actually click off the video. The goal is to constantly remind the viewers that the title of the video is and going to go over the actual topic in the video. Going on too many rants or things that are just off topic is not going to help your case. If you go off topic, then viewers tend to get frustrated and they leave early, and that's why I always say put the best moments first, because you never want them to leave, and if you don't stay on topic, then that will never happen for you. Tip number five, end with reward. Now, what I recommend highly is that you don't put the final product of what the thumbnail or title is until the very end of the video. What I mean by this is, let's say you made a video where in the video you titled it donating $1,000 to a Twitch streamer. What you would do in your YouTube video is you would go ahead and make a video where you actually donated to several Twitch streamers, but you donated small amounts like $100 or $200 to them. Then what I would do is leave the final biggest donation at the very end of the video. In this situation, it would be $1,000 donated to a Twitch streamer. And you would put that scene at the very end to keep viewers on edge to watch the entire video to finally see that final scene where you give $1,000 away. If you put this final scene too early, viewers tend to click off right when they are done watching that scene, and that overall hurts your video. And so it is always best to leave the scene near the very end. Tip number 6, switch up the scenes. Now I highly recommend to always switch up the scenery and location every 2 minutes of video footage. People can get bored quite easily, and so switching up either your location or putting pictures or video footage of what you are talking about on the screen can constantly help you a ton. One thing I do a lot is I do random zoom-ins like this on my YouTube videos. This makes people's eyes have to readjust and refocus, and this actually makes their brain have to, focus on what is going on in the video in that split second. This makes them not bore out of the video and keeps them engaged with my content. If I sat here for the longest period of time just talking to you with nothing happening on screen, no zoom-ins, you guys will probably tune out the entire video. Tip number 7, the ending. At the very end of the video, you want to make it quick. You do not want it to be longer than 15 seconds, and usually you want to ask viewers to subscribe, like, comment, and most importantly, lead them off to another video of yours. This will massively help you a lot. If you look at the screenshot I have on the screen, you guys can see a big dip at the very end of the audience retention graph. This was a video of mine back in the day when I used to have outros that were 20 seconds long. You can tell I probably lost about 5% of average view duration or percentage on this video simply because I made the outro too long. This definitely has an impact on your overall video performance, and so this is very important that you make sure your outro is not too long. So cut it short, get to the point, and then send people off to the next video. So that's it for this video. Make sure you watch the video on how to study your audience retention, as that will break down the information you need to know on how to look at the actual analytics and backend. There will be more tips in that video. So I'll go ahead and see you guys over there. Peace.